All right, gentlemen, let us pick up where we left off last week. What do you remember?
Nothing.
So, that's not true. You remember your name, unlike some other party member. So, we were, in fact, we took on a job. And in order to get to our job, we had to go to the rich, super rich part of town where they don't let you keep your weapons with you. Not sure we were cool with that, but we went with it anyway. And lo and behold, we somehow convinced our employer to employ us. Good job with that, because we were struggling to sell ourselves. We're used to using our weapons and armor.
This guy's dead. I mean, carry on.
Wow. So, we ended up discussing kind of how can we fend ourselves off and how can we protect our customer. And so we came up kind of with a plan here. We have some magical spells that are abilities. We wanted to consult, what kind of gear we were carrying and be as prepared as we can for the advent of someone trying to attack the boss. That's pretty much what I remember.
All of this while we're waiting on our original client to return from town to deliver goods.
Oh yes, very good. No one expects.
Miracle.
Well, that was fun.
Miracle.
The table just exploded and went crazy.
The table explode. Your head explode. Oh,
So-
strong bad.
So we left off heading to the room, and that was why we had the marching order that now got blown to bits because decided it wanted to mess up.
No. You don't have a quick save or something you can go back to?
No, but I kind of remember. Yeah, there you go. And yes, very good, Cleoc. Thank you. And so on the way to the room, Cleoc, do you have dark vision?
No.
No.
So I believe Yonovan is the first one that has dark vision. And he is not there at this moment. What is your means of traveling if there's any dark areas? What is your plan?
Okay.
Assuming... I forgot what I called it, and let me pull up my character sheet. Assuming my little... Assuming it wasn't confiscated as a weapon, which it should not have been. Not. I give the thing that I bought so many months ago, the little orb of light. I speak the command word, and it gives off light, and floats around me.
Yes.
As well, I have a hooded lantern with the oil to make that work.
Here I am cheating, putting 3rd edition items in the game. Yeah. Because that's where the idea for that stone comes from.
Okay.
Right. But I mean, things can exist. All right. So that means that Cleoc is going to be making perception checks as you progress and can be aided by the one behind him. So that would allow Cleoc to have his light and thereby be able to see and then get aided by Yonovan with dark vision behind him. So let's roll a perception check, Cleoc, with advantage.
With advantage. I'll take the 2, and so that's a 7. I mean 18. An 18.
Yep. So you're good. You stay very perceptive on the way to the room. You see a few doors start moving, and they see a procession coming, and they're like, we're gonna wait. So we're able to make it to the room. What is the plan now that you're in the room? It's a fairly large estate room.
Any entrances besides the doorway we came in?
Balcony.
Balcony.
There's a few other entrances to other rooms, but the only entrance to the suite is that, and then there's a balcony that has a few entrances into a couple other rooms.
Okay.
You are on the, what was it, 3rd floor.
Look out over the balcony. Are we above the skyline, or they're buildings somewhat close that somebody could,
You're not above the skyline. There is a garden on this section of the town, inn that you're in. If you remember, there was a few doors, but there's a section where there's a garden. This is overlooking the garden area.
It would not. So I'm thinking along the lines of, are there is there a building across the way that could provide a potentially good sight line for a, let's say, a bow or crossbow shop?
A bow and crossbow could be done, but they would be difficult. There's a few other buildings that could potentially give a extremely difficult shot to make it. But the doors can always be shut, and so as long as he doesn't go outside, it's probably going to be minimal to not a risk.
Okay.
He obviously spent some time thinking about which room to ask for.
Okay. Are there any other balconies to this so assuming that any assailants could not fly like I can. I'm a cheater like that. So would feasibly the only somewhat safe way to get on this balcony would be to throw a rope and climb up, or maybe jump off from the roof down?
Yeah. The only other balcony on this side is below you. This is basically the whole back of the inn has been made into one big, huge suite.
Okay.
It's kind of a rectangle. And so one part of the rectangle was the main entrance you came in. And this is at the opposite end, overlooking the garden on the back, which you guys had exited out the back way to get your garments, which is why you went down the halls and out the back. And so you're out overlooking the back entrance and the garden behind the inn.
Okay. Well,
Any other questions I can assist with?
Good. We got a good view. Yeah.
So there's a little diagram of the room. The little lines are the doors, and then the 3 doors lead to the balcony. The 1 door leads into the room.
I don't see any lights. Like, the only thing I see is the plain canvas and the standees and the arrow I drew.
Interesting.
I'm going to attempt it. Attack.
I have my cursor over it. Can you see that or not?
I cannot see it.
Can either of the other two?
I can see
See it? I can see your cursor move, but
Is there any box below it?
Yeah.
So Donovan can
rectangle.
see it, and he just
Two
connected.
rectangle with two rectangles and then
Yep.
2 subdivisions.
minor request, but can I have 12 d6s, please? Actually, I could just use this. Oh, well, if you're going to provide it, I'll use them.
Clea up.
Reconnecting. I'm still loading.
Oh, okay. If that works, then we may need to have Cookie
Alright.
and Sheridan do it.
All right, I see lines down here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cookie and Sheridan, if you don't see the lines, looks like you may have to reconnect.
All right. Give me a second then.
Not a problem.
You just reconnected? Main menu. I actually decided to drink a little coffee because I don't know, a little lethargic, I think.
Waning.
Yeah, it's a good word.
Well, I have really no further questions other than what kind of watch are we going to hold?
That is my next question to you, in fact.
Because, so, ideally, if we were going to actually take a long rest, you need to be, I believe, for like 8 hours, a single person can only spend watch for 2 of it?
Yes.
The 4 of us, we just take turns.
That's, so, there's
Turns
2
watching? Why don't we all watch? What are you turns for?
Nercel. Do you sleep?
What is sleep?
It's a time of night where we close our eyes and dream vividly of really weird things happening, but don't remember it all when we wake up.
That sounds like ah!
What is
He pulls out a little fuzzy creature.
Oh.
His cousin of Boo.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Hi,
God, no!
You're familiar. That's
No,
cool.
just friend.
Yeah.
Doesn't-
Sleeps.
Would that be one of the famous giant miniature space hamsters?
What?
What is that?
Yes.
Forget I asked.
Uh-huh.
So my problem with taking turns on a watch is that, let's say there's 5 of us. One, I don't. Given how I've there's 2 entrances to watch because there's the balcony and then there's the front door. So how are we going to do a watch? Are we going to have somebody posted on the balcony and somebody standing outside the door? Are we going to just keep one guy awake in the room trying to watch both? Are we just going to lock the door and maybe even try and block it and not let anyone in until later? And then our watch only has to really watch the balcony.
Well, presumably, if we lock a door, they could get through it no matter what. Is there a way we can bar both entrances? If we can bar either?
I was talking about barring the door with maybe even something as simple as a chair.
Okay.
Basically make it harder to force open the door and make it really loud if somebody tries.
I mean, this is a guy.
Okay.
The balcony, the
Well,
balcony is, I would like to think that they would be loud trying to actually get on it if somebody tries to, but
Maybe not.
that's a little bit more difficult to.
Here's what I'm trying. Okay.
Well, I would think it'd be easier for them to sneak up through the balcony than anything. So
Is this long area of the balcony? Uninterrupted one?
I'm not understanding you, Saradon. What are you getting at?
Okay, on this little diagram, little rectangle of the balcony.
Okay.
Does that mean there were 3 doors from the balcony?
Okay. Yeah, I see this.
Does that mean there was basically 4 doors we got to keep an eye on?
The double door, and then are there really 3 doors to the balcony? It does kind of look like that.
basically, what I'm saying is that a watch should basically posted on the be posted on the balcony, and then lock and even go so far as to bar the door somehow beyond the lock to make it especially loud for anyone who would want to get in to actually get in. Or we can risk having 2 people up, and then somebody's going to risk exhaustion.
Well,
Take a rest.
We could just
Nurisol,
all go into this little room down here in the bottom left of right corner.
he's okay. Where is the master's bedroom? That's where he's going to be. Have we
This is the
located
big one, but I don't
where
know
he's
about that.
sleeping? No. Okay, there are enough of us that one of our party, if we have Yonovan, right?
Yep.
One of our party can
Sleep against the door.
we have Yonovan, Cookie, Cleox, Ceradon. There are 4 plus Nuracil. Nuracil doesn't need sleep. Okay. So
I'm not.
what
I am not convinced of that.
You're not convinced of anything with Nuracil because Nuracil can't communicate easily with us.
I would want Narsil to share a watch with somebody.
Yes.
in
Yeah,
what I'm
order-
that's a good
saying.
idea.
We have 4 people plus Nuracil. That means 1 person on watch plus Nuracil always on watch. Right?
I can also work at making a mechanical trap for the doors.
Cleok doesn't want to say this out loud in front of Nersil, even though Nersil's still his best friend. He doesn't trust Nersil with a watch. He believes that Nersil is so naive with any of this that he would not necessarily know danger was here until, the guy was dead.
Not unfair. Maybe a little bit.
Okay. I'm actually with you on that. So the balcony is generally unsecured. Is that our contention here?
Yeah. We'll check with Leon when he gets back, but I think so.
And the doors. So you mentioned you could trap. What kind of traps can you make, sir?
I mean, it'd just be a tinkering check.
Can you make more than one?
It's up to the DM if I can make one at all.
And what kind of trap would this be? Would it be just an alarm? Would it be something that could be...
I don't have the ability to bring necessarily all the supplies in to make an alarm. But I could, double up the lock. That would make a jingle sound or something.
Okay.
So they're looking to pick one lock, and on the inside I've attached something that connects the two doorknobs together on the double doors. That's going to yank them both. I mean, just something extra that's not normal.
I would recommend that we keep the entire party in one side of this. We don't post a guard outside on the balcony because they are vulnerable. The counterpoint to that is we would have less time to see someone coming, but if we have two people awake, there's a good chance we'd be able to hear anything that's going on. Right?
Yeah.
So if you can rig the doors to make noise, if they're tried to be open, and we can keep two people on watch inside one room, I think that's the best way we can be situated.
Well, I have an idea. You have ball bearings, right?
Yeah, I got some
Perfect.
ball bearings.
All right. I'm gonna use the metal I have with me to put a little platform above the door and attach a wire to the doorknobs and that. Stick the ball bearings up on top of that platform, so if they start jiggling the doorknobs, it'll yank.
That is interesting. Okay.
So then it'll just be a tinkering check to see how well I make it and if it works.
Yeah.
I'd probably sleep against one of the doors, hold it shut.
Yeah, I mean, the ball
That's an
bearings wake
interesting
you up.
option.
There's one other thing to keep in mind. How much is the hotel going to care if we booby trap like it?
The balcony door?
Depends on what kind of permanency and damage it causes.
I guess that's more what I'm getting at, yeah.
We were wanting to know, is this 3 doors on the balcony?
Yes.
Bedroom down here on the bottom?
Yes. That's one big room, and there's 2 rooms here. Balcony, a big main room.
Sleeping here. Don't we just need to go in that one door then? Stay out except for the one entrance, right?
That room that you have your pointer over has the door to the balcony and the door to the main room.
So are the cross lines points of entry?
Yeah, I did it quick. I didn't have time to make a full door, so the little dashes that go across the line are the spots of the doors.
Get this guy to sleep in a different
Great.
room.
Cookie,
Yeah,
do you still have your hat of disguise self?
no. They did not take kindly to that. Something about impersonating the guards or...
Okay.
You want to look like someone?
Hmm.
That's right, you could look like somebody. Could be dangerous, though.
Hey,
Look like who?
can you make us all look like the guy we're protecting?
That's brilliant.
I cannot.
Can you make one of us look like the guy we're protecting?
I can.
Alright, our tank.
How long would it last?
I can do it myself to myself all time.
Oh,
Can you do it to anyone else?
No.
It's a good idea. But it could be dangerous for you.
Any kind of preventive protection we can put on him?
I have a feeling that Nercel can cast the most preventive things on himself more than we can.
No.
I say. Hmm. Even if we did have him pretend to be the guy and then have him be in the main room while we hide in another one, I think I'd still want someone in there just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to split the party up. It's quite possible. I mean, if he was right there, they would never think to like go to the bedroom wherever the guy's sleeping. So
But all these two rooms in the top funnel.
The dwarf would like to make an investigation check as to the material of the floor and ceiling.
well, we've already investigated. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Go on.
If he wants to know the material, just tell him. It's wooden.
Okay.
It's a good, strong wood.
What are these two rooms up here?
Those are just two other rooms, basically for like the assistants of the person who usually gets the big room.
Narso, can you go
Does he have to
invisible?
leave to go to the bathroom?
Is what?
Where's the bathroom?
There's a small one in here. I
Just wanted to make
Sit
sure.
What did you say, Cookie?
I didn't want to.
Narso, can you make yourself disappear?
No.
Like, hide really well?
I don't know. I don't usually hide.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, if you do look like the other guy, what we'll do if someone starts attacking us. You can always, like, stop looking like him and it will confuse them if it gets
Yes.
trouble for you. I think that's a great option, honestly, if Narso's willing to try.
Can try.
The idea is to have two of us stay awake and the rest of us be sleeping all night. And you be one of them, Narso.
Okay.
Watch order. Cookie would take first watch if no one else wants it.
I'll take second.
Guess that means something last.
Yeah. You would like to wake up, don't you? Early?
Sure.
All right, and if we've got Yanaven building his traps, well, it's the best we can do, I think.
So that's the
Pretty
order
good.
you want the watch to go in?
Yeah. We'll plan to stay inside the room, do some sort of trap or noisemaker on the balcony doors. And any way to enforce them, like your idea of like chairs or something, but I don't. Does that seem practical based on the construction? To block them with chairs?
The doors
Yeah.
do open in.
Okay, that's good.
Explain the 3 doors. Is there like one door off by itself and then a double door to one room, or is it just 3?
No, it's just 3 single doors that you can
Okay.
get to the balcony from any one of the rooms.
Okay. Did you hear what the trap I was trying to assemble was?
Not all of it. I caught most of it, but not all.
Okay. Green ball bearings and a small platform above the door that, when the door shifts, would trigger.
So ball bearings that drop when the door's opened.
Not necessarily when it's open, like when the handle is jiggled. So wrapping the string around the handle stem.
Okay.
So as it's moved, it would tug on the platform and drop the bearings.
Okay.
Before we set that up, does our client know or is expecting anyone to actually show up tonight?
Yeah, is there any expected
Any expected
rendezvous?
Not tonight, no.
in the future?
Uncertain. It would depend if anyone requests one, but I would notify you of the event. As of right now, there is no plan for such.
I would certainly wouldn't want to, trap somebody who is entering the room legitimately. So.
Correct.
Less trap, more alarmed. But yes.
That's fair.
Will you,
So what is your plan for this?
Who is asking? I thought we've gone over the plan.
Edmund
I
is
know
wanting
you're
to
trapping doors,
present
but I don't
your
think you
idea
said
to him.
which doors.
All the doors that he can, if he's got the materials for it. I've got plenty of ball bearings.
I've got plenty of string.
So our plan is to set up little alarms on a few of the doors.
Yes.
We're going to keep a watch all night. And our friend here has the ability to disguise himself to look like you.
You point to Narsil and you see he already looks like him. He walks up. The guy's like, that is weird. Nice.
Anyway, it would be as, at the very least, would cause confusion that if the room were attacked as to who the
The
proper
real you.
target.
Absolutely. If 2 targets are definitely harder to take out at once.
Does Narsil still have the glowy eyes?
Yes, if you look closely.
Why don't I write them
But
down?
still, from a distance, it may be difficult to tell.
Oh, from a distance you can't tell. You have to look, like you have to know about it to see it.
Okay.
But there still, yes, is a bit of a shine.
I understand that now.
Understand what?
It's me from the watch, guys.
Have you ever seen a cat's eyes in the dark?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
is not like that. This is actually a glow.
Oh, okay.
Like it's actually internal illumination of some sort.
Saradin, you were taking the third watch, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Unless you wanted to take the last one. I don't know.
I mean, I can take the last if you'd prefer me.
I'm fine taking the last watch.
I like solid, uninterrupted sleep. That's why I want first or last lap. It's John here talking, but you know what? My character is going to believe the same thing.
Because you can do
I
that.
can wake up on a snap, so I don't mind doing middle watches.
All right. What is everyone's passive perception, by the way?
13.
That's just 10 plus your wisdom mod.
Yeah.
Okay, 12.
If you have proficiency in perception, you get to add that.
I don't have it in investigation.
Certain, Cleo?
Cleoc is 15. I think I heard 12.
On the foots again.
Sounds like it. All right, did you say 12?
Did you hear me now? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Did you say 12, Certain?
Maybe we can't hear him now.
No, we
I
heard
can
him
only hear
say
him when he asks,
that, but
can
yeah.
you hear me now?
He's typing now.
He said yes, so we'll take the 12 as a yes. Okay.
Yep. Which Neryssil also has 12. All right. So, first watch cookie. What room were you planning on
Let me
people
make
being
the.
in?
Let me make the doors.
So, well,
Yes, roll
sorry,
to see how
Yanovan,
well you
what?
make those, Yanovan, while we're dialoguing this. And just let me know
So,
what those are.
what I'm thinking is this.
Oh,
Presumably, the customer has a bedroom that is not the main center room. You will have to go through whatever room the center room is to get there. So we
Mhm.
figure on leaving the party in the center with, say, Narsil there in the center as well.
Okay.
Would I keep in the guy in his bedroom?
Oh, we can't do that because
He wants
That'd be
to
a-
sleep. He's only going to be able to get good rest if he's by himself in his bedroom, probably.
go straight from the balcony to his bedroom without going through the main room.
Wait, what? How is that possible?
If he's in the main master bedroom, that is the case.
The servant's room.
Were you trying
The
to
one in the
move
back?
him?
Well, that
That's
wasn't
the
clear.
main room. I said that's the main room. These are the two rooms that servants usually use. You could request if he's willing to sleep in that room if you'd like.
Okay. That there's the master bedroom has two entrances, right?
Correct.
And one
The
to the
main-
main room.
And one from the balcony. Oh, now I see why you guys wanted to be on the balcony. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you for putting those there, Yanovan. I appreciate that.
That's pretty bad rolls.
Two of them aren't bad.
This was a natural one. I just have a high mod.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, if we ask him to take the guest bedroom, we could have Narcel, in the regular bedroom, but we can't logically guard him. Or maybe we can station some of us in there.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we could do that. We could have Narcel in the master bedroom and say one or two of us there, and then we could have the others of us centered in the main room, where we could be paying attention to the outside door being entered.
Does he agree to this plan? Our client first.
Where are
Well,
you
we have
placing
to
your
come up with the
client?
plan before.
Which
Would
is
that-
master? Is this master?
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to ask, would he be willing to sleep in one of the servants' quarters that for more safety? Since we believe it would be safer if he slept in one of the servants, assuming that the servants' room has a bed.
It will.
They're labeled as aids room, not servant.
Ah,
So more like assistant, not serf.
that's
I
fair.
mean, I would be fine with him sleeping in his own bed with the door open, all three internal doors open. Essentially making one large room.
I mean, our entire plan here hinges on him being willing to sleep in the aids room.
I just
Okay.
asked them.
I mean, that room is best for him.
Okay, so you're going to ask him to move to that room?
Yeah, we're gonna ask and see if he's willing.
I could do that. It's not as comfortable or as enjoyable, but yeah. I'd considered being able to do such a thing for a week so that I can stay alive.
All right, now we have one door to worry about.
One door and a substitute scenario, a bait and switch. An enemy's going to assume that he would want to sleep in the nice bed, and if there's someone like him there, there's no way they're going to think it's not him.
So maybe Narisel's getting a nice sleep after all. If he can maintain shape-shifting formals. If he sleeps.
I don't think he sleeps. He'll be alert enough to call out for us. Probably two of us should be. Where are the doors to the master bedroom? Can you mark those? I can't see them.
They are marked. There's one there and one there. Yeah.
Okay, so there's one center door there. Here's what I would suggest. We leave the door to the master bedroom open. Okay, so we can hear clearly. We have Narcel in the master, awake but pretending to sleep. Well, if he's awake but pretending to sleep, can he really be alert? He can maybe be like up and reading or whatever else he does.
Yeah.
And we can have, say,
There'd be general line of sight between these two rooms. We have
Yeah.
no soul in there because his life's in danger, so he's doing late night walk.
yeah. And the rest of us can
We
be
just-
out here in the main room with the door open.
I think we need him in the main room. We could probably fit into this extra room with the guy and keep an eye on there, so still from there.
Okay, we can just say that no one's gone to bed.
Want them to know we're here, so.
Okay, we'll just all hang out in the middle room, and we'll have our. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Saradon.
Hey,
We'll all be in the middle, and
Somebody's going to be sleeping if we're going to get a rest, right?
well, yeah. I mean, a lot of us will be sleeping, but two of us will be awake, but we'll be in the center room together, right?
Yeah.
That works. That's a plan.
Would you like light? Go
Uh,
ahead and cast light on a candle chandelier in the room, and it lights up.
Narso cast light?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, that's cool.
What? Let's do this then.
All right. So Edmund goes into the room. His aide goes into his room, which is going to be the other small room. And they both shut down and go to sleep.
Guys?
Yes.
Sorry, back up a second. I did not plan for the aid.
I didn't know there was an aid.
You mean like the guy in the front of the marching order?
I thought he was like the bell.
So
He's
we
labeled-
all
he's like-
misunderstood.
He's labeled Edmund's aide now, but I didn't realize he was an aide. I thought he was just a servant at the hotel.
No, he's Edmund's servant.
Yeah. The witch guy, I'm assuming he has dressers in that bedroom of his, right?
We're not here to protect the aide. We're here to protect Edmund.
Yeah, there's some dressers.
There's dressers?
Mm-hmm. Not
Movable
big
dressers?
ones, but there's some.
What do you want to do, Saradin?
Big, strong hippo man. Pick
Yes.
up the dresser and plant it in front of the door onto the balcony.
Which door?
One out from the master to the balcony.
To stir up the traps.
That door can no longer be opened as easily.
Okay, sure. You do that. It'll look like we're definitely protecting that room.
The way to the master room is through the room that we're all in.
Right.
Okay, roll a strength to see how well you do that.
I don't know if I'd really call that a roll, but
Yeah, that was a pickup.
If I don't do that, it goes fine everywhere.
That was a 6 on the die. What'd you get total?
Strength is +3.
so nice.
Okay. You guys hear Saradin moving this thing. It's like... Like, you're like... Yeah. So he's making a lovely ruckus in there.
Stealth's not important in this at the moment.
Sure.
Can we convince the aide to leave his door open then? I
So
think.
you want both of them to have their doors open?
We want the door to the master bedroom and the age room open, but not the...
I honestly would like all three of them to be open, to be honest. And we can shut the one to where he's kept, if need be.
No.
We don't want someone to be able to get in there without us knowing.
No, I don't want anyone to be able to get into the door where he really is.
So I either want all doors open or all doors closed, or maybe just the one, or maybe just the master one open. Just because if we have this one open and this one open, but not the one he's actually sleeping in, it might actually be a little suspicious.
Like the age, you can have always closed.
But
I don't
Anyway.
want someone to be able to bore through the roof or floor by magical means, or by some other means appear in that room.
Okay,
That's
fine.
not bad.
All the doors open. I concur. Not the balcony doors, obviously.
Right.
Sorry.
All internal doors open.
And then we have a plan.
Okay. So all the doors are open. And you're all stationed in the main entry room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're overthinking it. It's okay.
So, for brevity's sake and not, taking forever for this. Cookie.
Yeah.
Towards the end of your watch, you do hear someone mess with the front door. But they stop, and the trap doesn't go off, and then it's silent.
Cookie shakes the companions awake.
Oh, it's silent, like right after you heard it. It goes
Oh.
silent, like you hear nothing.
What's up? What's up? I'm up. I'm up.
Before you wake them up, you can do a perception check to see if you hear anything.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You do hear the footsteps leaving.
Okay.
And
I shake.
Narsil looks at you. They leave. It's interesting.
How do you know who's out there?
It's a person, I would think. Someone has to do it. Unless you think
Yes.
it's the wind. So they are a person.
Yes. I think so, and I think they will probably try again. Not this door, then another. But I shake my companions awake. It's like someone tried to open the door, but they didn't trigger Yonovan's trap, so they were very careful.
Which door did they try?
The front door.
Hmm.
Who knows how soon they'll try again, though.
Okay. Well, since each of you are taking a shift with Narsil, is there anything you want to talk to him about on your shift? We'll go in order of the watches.
Cookie's wondering. I was like, so, what's home like, Narsil?
Dead.
Your home is dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Me and the last two from there that lived.
Oh. What was it like before it became dead?
Dying. Getting dark.
Dark. Dark. Did you lose your son?
She left. And then she came
left.
back. And then we left.
Okay. That is very hard to understand. Where have you gone since then?
No, not far. This is the first big place we found. And the ship was very little, so it didn't work well. So it's nice to see a bigger ship with good friends.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're liking it out here. It sounds like it was pretty lonely where you came from.
Yes. Minnie died. It was sad.
Did you ever know your mother and father?
Mother? Father died. He was old.
How old are you, Narsil?
I don't know.
To be fair, yeah. Did your planet go around your sun?
I think so. The sun was leaving when I was...
Around here,
No.
my planet experiences seasons, and we call a year when it goes from summer to winter to summer again. Do you
Summer?
have
Winter?
seasons?
Summer? No. What's
When
that?
the temperature changes, the water falls from the sky in different amounts and different temperatures and forms.
Temperature just got colder and colder, and water fell some and then just never fell again, and just went away.
How did you survive the sun getting cold and the temperature dropping?
It was hard, but then the star came and we left.
Huh. Sounds like you had a very fortunate thing happen to you.
Yes. Nahara is very nice.
Nahara? That's
Yes.
who's rescued you?
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. You seem very, interesting. None of us are really normal people anyway. You fit in. That's all Cookie can think of.
Okay. Yanovan, you're next up on watch. How does the watch go with you? What do you do during the watch? Any questions or anything you want to do?
Does like all of your people's eyes glow like that?
All, what do you mean all people?
The people of your race that you grew up with. Do
Race?
all your eyes glows?
My father died, and
His eyes glow?
no. My eyes glow after I meet Nahara, and she light my eyes.
Lahar is your deity?
What is deity?
Oh boy. We've been down this road before, haven't we?
Is deity like God? You mentioned gods before.
Yes, it's like
Oh, no. She's a traveling star. She's very nice.
Did she give you did she give you those abilities to make light with things?
Yes. She's asked if I would be willing to spread her light, and I said yes. Light is good. What do you come from?
Oh, here and there. A long way from home.
Me
A
too.
lot of us got snatched up.
That sounds sad. I'm
You
sorry.
know, I thought I
That
was
does
when
not
it
sound
happened. But I was kind of already on the run. So I'm far, far away from the people that wanted me. And I've made new friends.
Friends are good. I've not had friends except for
Do you know
And
what awe is?
Hmm?
Do you know what type of creature awe is?
Fuzzy creature? You want a pet fuzzy creature?
Sure.
He holds out for you, and you can pet him. It's extremely soft fur.
Animal handling check.
There you go.
Jonathan's had lots of practice.
Yeah.
I've overcome much animal handling checks.
Just like enjoys your petting and makes a nice little chirps for you. I like you.
Am I able to recognize what ah is?
Which place were you from? Were you from Faerun?
Yes.
Don't believe Faerun has those.
Does it look anything like the wizard that made the metals? Those creatures?
No,
Okay.
very different. Those creatures were humanoid,
Right?
and you're talking about the guy who gave you the vial that melts metal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those creatures were humanoid.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the picture of them. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, Saradin, your watch.
He said he was in the bathroom. Maybe could have him switch with Cleoc
Yep.
for that.
We'll do Cleoc, and we'll go back, retcon, and go back to Saradin. Cleoc?
I want to ask.
Just to be aware, the spell has worn off. You just don't remember there was ever a spell on you.
I don't remember there was a spell on me.
Nope. You have no recollection that anything ever happened except that. But you're not under the sway of the spell.
Fair enough.
What?
It was an
Cleoc
direct
decided to be
message to me a
friends.
couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Continue.
I asked Nerso how he's feeling.
I'm okay. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good after a nice long rest.
You make interesting noises when you sleep.
Do I?
Chirp like a nice bird. I like.
Well, thank you for telling me this.
Saradin makes a lot of noise. He's really loud. That you're like... Being a big hippo, I think Saradin wouldn't be exactly very quiet when he snored.
That's fair.
Train us to not snore in the military. Had an army of hippos.
Right. Doesn't mean you don't ever snore.
Have been snipping in my training.
Okay.
So has anything else happened besides someone trying to open a door with?
No, just that one.
I see.
It's been quiet.
Suppose that's good for us.
Yes.
Are you bored? Or are you happy?
No, I'm okay. It's more interesting than where I awoke. It's much more... many more noises than where I awoke.
So do you get tired? Do you have periods of just where you just rest and do nothing and then you feel better?
I relax. I take it easy for a bit, but I don't do the... what did you call it? Where you make
Sleep.
noise? Sleep. Yeah, I don't do that. Ah does, but I don't.
That's a very handy trait to have in our line of work.
Oh, it's confusing. I want to know what you do when you sleep. I've never been able to, so I don't know what it's like.
Well, it's a short time period where we close our eyes and we let our bodies rest. We kind of lose consciousness.
That sounds strange. I mean,
Have
my
you
body resting now, but
have
I'm not sleeping.
well have you ever been hurt badly before?
Yes. But I heal.
Yeah, that's probably a bad example. I don't want to bring up any bad memory.
Father went to sleep once and didn't wake up. That was sad.
I'm sure it was. Sorry to hear that. Do you have any other family? I know you've already went over this with someone else, but Cleoc wouldn't have heard
No.
that. Nope.
No. What is family?
They are a group of people you're very close to and love.
Oh.
That don't think.
So, this your family? Any gestures to the party?
In a way, yes.
I'd like to have family.
Uh,
It sounds fun. It sounds good.
Oftentimes, there's multiple forms of family. There's um, your blood relatives, basically, like you described your father. Most races also have a mother. Actually, Cleoc doesn't know if there's any other. Out of character, Cleoc doesn't actually know.
As far as Cleoc probably knows, all have mother and father. Because
So,
even though you're hatched, you would still know that you
am
have
I
mother and
hatched?
father.
I'd have to actually look it up.
Arakakro were hatched. I know the lizard men are
I have to double check.
egg-laid, and I was pretty sure
Anyway,
Arakakro
we're getting
were
off on a tangent. Well, the people most commonly called family are ones that your father and a mother and any brothers and sisters you may have and grandparents.
brother, sister, grandparents. What is these?
A brother or sister would be oh, I'm getting myself in trouble with all of this. I'm not very good at explaining stuff like this. They are um, other kids that would have grown up with your mother and father and you.
There were none.
You haven't mentioned of your mother. Do you know if you had a mother?
No.
See,
I awoke and there was only father and few creatures, and they all went to sleep not to wake up. Except for Ah, he was last with me.
but then there's the other type of family you mentioned. It's a group of people who aren't related by blood, but whose shared experience forms a bond of trust that goes far beyond just the normal.
That sounds good. You explain well, thank you.
I don't have anything else to say. Sarah can take his
Okay. Rewind to Sheridan. Sheridan, during your watch, is there anything you want to say or do?
Yeah, I talked to the guy already.
So Sheridan wants to talk to Nurasil?
So there we go. I've been thinking about what you said to me about how I need to heal, looking from experience.
Yes.
Something. What was it?
What do you mean? What was... I think your microphone may be messing up or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I gotta hold it like right next to my mouth, it looks like.
You can always turn on push to talk.
A while ago, you took me aside and you told me when I looked at those guns at that gun store, and you wanted to know why I didn't want one.
Yes.
You told me I need to heal after I told you why.
Yes.
To me, that you'd have some kind of experience with that. So what'd you lose? Family, planet? Tough
Except
one. Planet too, then?
I lost everything but
Planet centuries ago, but we got over it. Even if we found it again, we wouldn't really matter. Oh, my family. I guess you got it rougher than I do.
I'm alive. Things are okay.
Good.
I awoke and things kept getting dark and all things kept falling asleep and not waking up.
Don't know what caused it.
The sun leaving, I think.
If we can help you any, but you're welcome to stick around. And
Thank you.
exactly invite you. I'm new to the group myself.
You seem like nice people.
Well, nice isn't good, but we can't be. I think that's it.
Okay. Next morning, you all wake up. And so does Edmund. And his aide. His aide goes out to get breakfast and brings it back to the room. And serves you all, including Edmund, a breakfast in the main room. Edmund requests.
Cookie and
So, do we have a report for last night? You can roll if you want to check that. Or you have an auto detect.
I can auto detect poison, yes.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Well, on my watch, someone jiggled the front door handle. And they left, though. We didn't hear anything else.
Okay. That's disappointing that there was a attempt, but I'm glad it didn't succeed and that you were able to ensure that we're safe thus far. Thank you.
15 to investigate all the traps.
The one on the back door seems to be a little off, and the front door seems to be slack, like someone would actually have to open the door all the way. Or, not all the way, but open it a ways for it to actually trigger.
Which back door?
The 11 back door.
Okay.
It looks like that one may have been fiddled with a little bit and not gone off, and the front one looks like it was fiddled with, but it wouldn't have been able to go off because it was too loose.
Bad craft check.
Sorry, man, and that one's and that one.
Yeah.
But the string was still attached in such a way that if they did open the door, it would have gone. And so they decided they needed to think their options over.
Well, I guess we wait for the day to pass. And would it break?
Yep.
I mean, are we getting... is he planning to leave the room for food, or are we gonna bring everything?
Breakfast was brought in, and you all are going to get to go with him to the main council chambers, where you'll have a waiting area to be. He will have to go into the main council area on his own. His aide is only let in under special permissions, but he said he's fairly certain that no one's going to make an attempt inside that building.
Yeah.
So,
No sense on it when there's easier targets. You pick the easier target.
yes. And so on the way there, Cleot can make a perception check with advantage.
Well,
That's a 12.
Okay, you do not see anything. I'm having him do it since he's in the lead.
yeah.
And
That's
so,
lower than my passive perception.
right? So you guys get to the main building, and you see there's two large blue giants standing out front.
Well, that's neat.
They open the door and let you all in.
Why is it that giants are used for security everywhere? Huh.
Do you say
Well,
that
they're
out?
strong.
Do you say that out loud to him? You're right next
No.
to Edmund. Did you say it out loud, or is that what you're personally thinking?
It's what Cookie's personally thinking. You know, actually, he's probably going to mutter it under his breath. Because there were the banks, and now this place.
They're actually the ones who built the city. We all just came and moved in, and they allowed us to.
Oh. That would make sense. I just assumed since they were so big, they were security. But I guess we're the guests, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's why we tend to follow their rules. They're the ones who have the knowledge and abilities to understand how spelljammers can work and make spelljammers, which is how all ships can move.
Cookie's jaw drops and his brain is...
You upset them, and you're basically grounded.
Cookie wishes he knew John wishes he knew a phrase equivalent to "the spice must flow."
And so, in you go. It is a very exquisite, but very large building. Obviously, it was meant for these guys. Inside, you are led to an area where Edmund's aide and you all are told you can wait, and Edmund proceeds into the main chamber. And so the day passes eventfully. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're chilling in the chamber, or do you want to just fast forward?
Nah, I'm good.
I want to play Keno. Out of character, of course.
At lunch, Edmund's aide goes and get lunch for you all. He comes out and eats with you guys and tells you about how, it's kind of frustrating. They keep beating around the bush and not getting to the point so he can deliver his information, because obviously there's some people mucking around with it trying to prolong how long he has to wait so they can try to take care of business. After lunch he goes back in, and after a while comes back out. He's like, alright, won't be finished today. We'll go back to the hotel.
Okay.
And off you go. Cleark once more may roll.
$21.
Click on the way back. You're not sure, but you think you got a view of someone going between the roofs watching.
Gentlemen, I believe, Edmund, would there be any watch on the roof of this place?
There shouldn't be. Did you see someone on a roof?
I believe I did.
Oh, that means we're being watched by them too. Yeah. I'm really glad I hired you guys now.
I would like to fly up there and take a look.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm going to go take a look.
Okay, so you fly up. You don't see a sign of the person, but you do see there's a scuff mark from a shoe in the area where the person was.
This is when I pull out my detective kit, examine it. It's like, this must have been, this is the size of a halfling shoe, but a well done halfling. I don't do any of that.
Okay.
I fly back down and report that there's no one up there now, but it definitely looked like there was somebody up there.
And then you guys press on. Make it back to the room. His aide's like, you guys know where it is, so I'm going to stop off and grab or have dinner brought to the hotel.
Okay.
And you see he heads off to Edmund's estate. And the rest of you press on. And you get to the room, and he's like, I got some work to do preparing some papers. You guys can just chill in the room, do whatever. Work on anything else you need to, and just let me know if you have any questions or need anything.
He's going to work on the papers in the room, right?
Yeah, he's in the main room.
Okay.
First.
Would you say, Donovan?
I was saying Sarah didn't go in the room first.
Yeah, no, he let you guys go in the room first and check it out. He's not an idiot.
Okay, set your traps again, but leave the front door because obviously he needs to come back with food first.
Yep. I didn't undo any but the front, but I'm gonna redo the back one.
Somebody should be posted out the front door, or maybe even two of us should be posted out the front door until the aide returns.
Why?
Because that way we'll be certain that it's the aide that's trying to open the door. And just the aide. Cleon tells the group that he's concerned they may try and get to Edmund through the aide, since the aide has gone off by himself.
You say that loud enough in the room if you're talking to him. Edmund's like, they might. I don't think they'd go that route, though, because they know it's not advisable to go after people too many, because the more you take out, the more likely you are to rile up the arcane, especially if you do it in their district.
Of course.
I mean, you're right. It would normally be a prudent thing. In this circumstance, it would be unwise to them because I have not told my aide any of the details and have made it clear I've not told anyone else to preserve the certainty that it would not be in their interest to mess with the others.
Very well.
But you are correct otherwise. Well done.
So I rolled an 18 to redo the center one in the back. So I discovered it wasn't as good as the others.
Okay.
And then I did a 23 investigation check to make sure the other two were not disturbed while we were gone.
They were. However, they were not triggered. You can see that they were tugged a little bit, but not enough to actually trigger it.
Okay.
And so it's just a matter of, maybe tightening the line just slightly, but not enough to actually have to redo it.
All right, we'll do that.
As you hear Edmund talking about some stuff, he's not as concerned about you guys hearing the stuff, so he's kind of talking it over out loud. Obviously, you're going to be target since you're protecting him, so he's not as concerned. You hear him mention a few names. You hear him mention a quest that you turned down, and an individual. You hear him mention another individual that you decided not to seek during the course of the early evening before his assistant gets back. And you do hear him mention the flesh dealers.
Trying to think how much we would. I mean, he seems like a busy man. I don't want to disturb him, but if he has any downtime, we'd probably mention the fact that we saw those quests and we didn't have capacity to go on all of them.
Oh God, bringing in work to the...
We have the experience of the flesh dealers, though. They are kind of why we're here.
Okay, you go ahead and say that to him right before the aide gets back, and he's like, interesting. I knew about the quest posted for them. I was actually assisting in funding one of them because I was trying to get him captured, but I found out that someone else had overrode it and requested him killed. I also found out about the other one, and the person who brought me the information is no longer with us.
That's comforting.
Isn't it?
Wow.
Needless to say, wait a minute.
You think you may know someone secretly supporting the flesh dealers and you can expose them?
Yes. What are
We're
your
all
names?
for that.
What are your names again, please?
You can call me
Theodore
Monica.
Johnson, Cookie.
Okay. And the rest of them?
You can call me Donovan.
And let me guess, there's one that was named Ryu, and one that was named Saradin, and one that's named...
Yeah, the hippo is Master Hippo is Saradin. Ryu is he's lazy on the ship.
Did you all know you had a bounty on your head?
Oh, that's cool.
Wait,
I mean,
what?
I knew I had a bounty on my head, but wait,
There's a 50 gold bounty on each of you.
oh, that's nothing.
50? Well, hey, it's not nothing. I mean, I think 50 gold.
Really?
But it's kind of like
I
nothing.
mean, it's nothing compared to the other bounty on my head.
Well, for adventurers, 50 gold is nothing, but 50 gold might be a lot to to some people.
It's a
To a
fairly
street urchin
decent
who would take an opportunity.
wage for most assassins. Now, great in this city, but it's not bad, especially when there's the group of you together. Adds up quickly.
Huh.
Interesting. So,
I don't see
Do-
who's
do you
that
know-
other guy there, the strange one that you had look like me. What's his name?
Nerxel. He's
He's
kind
not
of
on
new to the
contract.
party.
Why would he not be on the contract, but you guys are?
We picked him up recently.
Huh.
Not on the contract?
The contract of the bounty
Hey.
on you guys. He's not on the bounty of you guys.
so this is the first we've heard of this bounty. So,
we went to that one creepy guy's house, remember? And we all backed out of signing a contract with him. Is it related to this? Nercel just didn't show up there.
no, because Yonovan wasn't with us either.
Okay.
Yonovan wasn't on the list.
Oh,
I had to look back at my notes.
We did go to some creepy guy and he wanted us to sign this magical binding contract of some kind, and Kleak here wasn't cool with it, so we just left.
well, you definitely wasn't cool with it, and then I chose that Rio was right.
He seemed really like rich and snooty, but I didn't know much more about him, and I've never been in that world, so maybe that was normal.
Was he the master of the house, or was he an assistant?
Some sort of servant, it seemed.
To who? Do you know?
Did you guys write that down? Cause I don't know. We just got this never do that again vibe out of it. Let's see.
Did it happen to be a contract that was through Eridinan?
Yeah, I think so. We were
Interesting.
we examined several things. It's hard to keep track of who's offering which job.
I understand that, especially in your line of work of accepting jobs. I'm just curious, because, yeah, all of your names, except for those two, are on it. So I take it somehow they got your names all together, but not the others. Is this the only time that you've done that sort of a situation, where you all were together, but the others weren't?
I think so.
I haven't been in the group long, so if I'm on the list, there's not that big of opportunities.
So if you remember, Nercel had a bad feeling about it.
Ulfin?
Be that one, guys. I mean, I haven't been with you that long.
I'd have to go back and look at the video. Is it like So okay, that was a third, so that wouldn't have been that one. Was it the Relic of Ashiel?
It may have been. What is the name of your contact? Alright, so that after a while this aide comes back while you're looking that up. And same watch this evening?
Sure.
Heck.
So an elven lady named Ashiach, Eachach, seeks a company of adventurers to escort the Relic of Ashiel safely to the town of Hercott. I believe that's the one that we that we looked into and
That sounds right.
decided to
Okay.
nope out on.
And that would be the name that Edmund has stated that you recall.
Huh. And he put a bounty on us? What?
He does not know who put the bounty on you. He knows there is a bounty on you.
Huh.
But that is the name that you heard Edmund say, along with another individual that you passed a contract on, and statements of flesh dealers in the town.
Yeah, we heard when we got to port, we heard that flesh dealers had,
Attacked Howard Crott, right?
yeah.
Or harassed it.
No, depleted Harkot of all life. There is
Which
nothing
made us
there
wonder if
for life.
we would have been destroyed if we had gone, or if we could have prevented some tragedy.
Yes, Donovan, and this contract would be valued at 200 for the four of them, and is dead.
Yeah.
So there's actually a chance that the person that was scoping out the roof wasn't after our client, but after us.
Uncertain, but with the connections, you think that he probably has a bigger bounty on his head than the four of you.
That's fair.
Which won't be fun when Rio returns. We'll have
Don't
to have a main
believe that
session
it's
just for Rio.
Find Rhea in a ditch somewhere.
Possibly.
And she's already died once. We're close enough.
Alright. So... this evening, gentlemen,
I don't know.
as the time ticks on, you have another chance to do what you would like for the evening. Let's go through each person's round and we'll go from there. Cookie, anything you want to do or say?
There's not much in the way of cooking around here, and I'm starting to get a little bit bored. Cookie would start discussing his magic books with Narcel.
That is very interesting, Cookie. I
Yeah,
don't
it's like-
understand learning magic like that. I was gifted it.
Huh. Yes, your
Sahara is very powerful.
traveling star is quite the friend you have there. But these books fascinate me to no end. It's
That's
like,
very interesting.
yeah.
Could you show me some?
Yeah, actually. I believe. Come here. Cookie. Judges. Actually, no. Safer that I do this to me. After all, let's
Okay.
experiment on myself.
Oh god, we're all going to die.
Moves off to a corner, and flips through the books and says, "I've always wanted to try this." Okay. Embiggen. Poof. Cookie doubles in size.
Ooh,
Whoa!
You're
Hey,
very
how-
big.
I'm bigger than the hippo.
Yeah. You should
Check
sit
it.
on the hippo.
Cookie goes over and tries to lift Ceridon. Like, I can't lift Ceridon. What? I'm bigger, but
You'd actually... Are you just visually bigger, or are you actually enlarged?
I am actually physically enlarged, but that doesn't change your
Doesn't change your strength score, but enlarge does switch your ability to lift and carry.
Yeah, I've got the ability to lift and carry things significantly easier. So maybe I can sort of lift him. It's like, "Ugh."
Roll a strength check with advantage.
Okay, I'll roll a strength check with advantage.
Out of character, while he's doing this roll,
Yes, sir.
Sheridan, is it considered racist or an insult to be called a hippo instead of a gift?
I
Out of
think none of you would know
character.
what a hippo is.
I was gonna say, out of character.
What
We
is a
wouldn't
hippo?
know what hippo is all.
It's a slur for
So I'm just making sure that every time we refer
Seven.
to hippo, we're actually just saying gift. It's just that we didn't remember.
I don't know the word for GIF.
You
I can
feel
say
you
gift.
start lifting him, but are unable to. But you feel like you
Huh.
almost were able to, which is very odd.
I feel stronger than before, but this doesn't fix everything. I am much bigger though. I can block things. Like stands in front of the door. See? Full
Yes,
block.
yes. How long does that work for?
That's a really good question.
Can you get bigger?
That's also a good question.
Can you get bigger than bigger?
Wait, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? There we go. You see Cookie shrink by this point. Well, I guess that's how long it lasts.
Interesting.
Slower, you know.
I don't think I'm ready to try getting much bigger than that.
It could be fun,
it.
but I
Huh.
understand.
You have an interesting thought there.
A new name for Yonavan is Chicken.
Keep in mind that Narsil hasn't ever seen a downside to your spellcasting.
That's true. In fact, let's roll that. Good. That's good. I'm still playing with what the rules of chaos and stress need to be. Haven't figured that out again.
It's good.
I'm
We're working on it.
rebuilding the class right now.
We know it's a alpha test. All right. So, anything else, Cookie, or is Yonovan up?
That's me yet.
That's it.
Yonovan, your turn.
Oh shit. Scheiße. While we're sitting there, I am just taking some metal straws that have one end crimped and putting in a little magical powder and dropping in a ball bearing and hacking it in with a small rod.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I don't have much magical abilities, but I can make things with magical essence. See, there's this little powder, and I hand them some of the crystal.
Interesting.
And I've learned how to resonate it and to make it explode, like the gunpowder. And because they didn't know what it was, they let me take it in.
The
So,
color of your powdered crystal changes
Oh
and is
boy.
now a more bluish hue instead of the purplish that you had it.
I'm curious what that did. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'm just trying to make a small weapon. I'm not sure how much damage it'll do, but I don't have much experience fighting with my fist.
Yes. Fighting's not good. Anything else?
Nope.
If you're on a roll, you're just loading your gun, is that it?
Well, loading a bunch of straws with ball bearings and the crystals for explosives.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much damage it would do, but it's a makeshift, multi-barrel.
Yeah. Did you roll a tinkering check to make that, or is it just a bunch of straw? Just a bunch of tubes
I
that you'll hope
did, but it was a 13.
Okay.
Like I said, not so high.
Okay. Anything else out of it? You said you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I rolled
Certain,
well making trap.
your shift is now.
I wait for Yonavan to get Eastside. I just go and kick Cookie.
You kick Cookie?
He woke me up in the middle of my sleep.
I never said you woke up. You can roll a perception to see if it woke you up.
Pulling did tonight.
You slept right through.
Oh boy.
You're slightly moved from you remember laying down, but you didn't wake up. You must have rolled over or something.
Okay, Cookie, you're safe.
Until I'll let this conversation go.
How are you, Saradin? Is there anything you wish to speak on?
Thinking about what we talked about yesterday. I'm good for now.
Very well. Time passes. Cleoc's turn to wake up, and that's what we'll break for next week. Saradin, as you switch off rolls with Cleoc, there's a bink noise from the back door.
Cool.
And we'll pick up there next week. I hope you all had fun, gentlemen, and we will see you then for more
I was
fun.
going to ask Erso a little bit more about his premonition about the last house that he didn't want to enter.
Yep. You will get to do that after everyone else tries to catch their sleep back up.
Right.
So, it'll be fun. Just jot it down so you keep it remembered. Alright, gents. We'll see you next time.
See ya.